affiliated with Tesla is like, you can't do that. You use our party affiliation, you are therefore going to be recognized by our party and our party's finances. Does that make sense?
The power belongs to the people. That's what set me different from the ones that have been there and the ones that is running for there. They're running for their own agenda. I'm running for the American agenda.
Right. Thank you for that. Describe you in the field.
Say that one more time.
Describe you out there working, campaigning, out in the field. I call it the field. Like,
this is his Ballotopedia. I think this is him. It says Democratic Party. That is a Democratic Party. Let me bring it closer, and it is up to date. It says Democratic Party. It says that he's running for president of the United States. It says the next election is November 7, 2028, and it says he is from Monroe, Louisiana. If that is him, he has registered at least through Ballotopedia as a Democrat. If he is not a Democrat, you should probably get that updated. And I don't know how that works once you have entered yourself on the ballot. Can you change your party affiliation before primary? I'm not entirely sure, but this is what it says. So I'm only going based off facts. I'm not going based off of things that I speculate. Again, I don't know this guy. These clips were sent to me. Okay?
getting out there, getting work done, getting this done. How are you out there?
His jacket is half off.
Children, and I mean, like,
his jacket is missing on that side.
Babies all the way up to the elderly. The elderly is my favorite, of course. I love the elderly, and the babies are too. But yes, I work with the children often, as well as I work with the adults. Just last week, week before last actually, my wife and I had a truckload and a trailer load of school supplies, and everybody in our community and outside of our community, all the way into Texas, Mississippi, and Alabama, was able to get school supplies for their children to go back to school. Now, a lot of people say, why don't you film yourself? I don't need to film myself. There's people out there that'll let you know. Oh,
that doesn't work. And it does.
Yeah, that's not
the presidential election is very much optics. If we can't see you, it did not exist. That is just.
All right, let's get to part 3.
I just interrupt real quick.
You surely can. Make it quick.
Perot reference?
Really quick
You Ross Perot reference.
I did pull up the website that was sent to me. I mean, some of the, the first order of business, it sounds ideal, but I doubt that a lot of these things will even be passed. Like some of the things that I am seeing here, it looks like that he wants to start for women who are on Section 8, that they're to get 8 years. If they proceed past the 8 years, he wants to give them an additional 4, depending on the hardship. 82%, he's basically saying is, 82% of 2-parent households are less likely to be experiencing poverty. Can
I point something out?
It's just like, what is this?
We have a felon in the White House right now, but we think we're going to do good for people. Okay, just throwing it out there.
We know why he's there. It ain't even got shit to do with him being a goddamn felon.
Oh, I know, but my point is that there's good things never come out of that job, is my point. And right now we have the worst of the worst. Nobody's going to be able to turn that. I don't care how much. If Jesus Christ himself came down from heaven, he would have a hell of a time turning around everything.
I'm just looking at a lot of stuff on here. Like, I expected to, there's a video on here, where he's doing just a little bit. The pictures that are on here is just him kind of dressed normally as normal, regular degler, passing out food. I don't see him like doing, how are you not taking pictures for people to know what you're actually doing? I don't get it. Like,
it sounds like he's a really good guy
it
for
sounds
his
like
community
he's a
and for people.
Scam. I'm just
but
gonna
it
say
sounds like he
sounds
is
like
not.
He's a damn scam.
Here's the thing: when he said that he was getting funding from his school, nope, immediately out the door. No way, no how, nope.
That's the biggest red flag of all.
That's the biggest red flag. But if you're going to lie about something that so many people know about, that's why I brought up the whole other stuff, because if you're going to lie about so much, what else won't you lie about? I don't trust anybody that runs for president. I'm sorry. I just don't.
He's only just showing what he's done, far as assisting the homeless out here. There's no pictures or not really no information, just really saying who he is. The bachelor's degrees are not up here to what he has done, what makes him a wonderful candidate, the schools that he went to, if he's participated in the military. There's just a lot of stuff that's not here.
I'm just going to throw out that when I see people taking photos of themselves, quote unquote, doing good deeds, especially when they feature homeless people in them, it makes me question them twice. Because if you're actually doing something good, why are you sitting out there taking a photo with the person? Here's food money. Here's food. Let's get a photo.
I mean, and that's fine. I don't mind
It's
seeing him
fine.
doing
It's
something
fine.
for
I'm
the
just saying
homeless.
it's a red
But
flag. No,
what
he
are you
should.
doing far as
But
just moving in the streets and business wise? What corporations are you a part of? What parties are you dealing with? What have you done? We want
my
to
point
see
is
you.
my
There's
point
nothing.
with that, Empress, is
This is
that
a
every
scam.
single thing the whole reason he's taking photos with the homeless people isn't because he's doing good things. It's because it's why did I just forget it? It is performative activism, I think is what they call it, where you do go through the actions. But it's like YouTubers. They used to all be like, I'm gonna go help homeless people, and then they like just do nothing for them. You know what I mean? Like, if you can lie about little stuff, you can lie about big stuff. I don't trust anybody that runs for president. So sorry.
It's not even that I don't trust anybody for running for president, because
No, that's
clearly there has to be a person that's running for a candidate. It's just the problem is you're not showing us nothing. You don't have nothing. You're not showing degrees. You're not showing nothing in here. It's showing me that, not from the website that I'm on. It's pretty much you just kind of saying we rise together, we thrive together. You're just kind of writing certain things, health cares, certain things about administrative, but you're not telling us nothing about you. There's nothing here really about you.
because it's all smoke and mirrors. There's nothing there that's actually real. Sorry, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that he's not. I mean, he very well could be real,
this
but
just looks like a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry.
IMO.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
You can't get that much on there because Canva Free Edition won't let you put a lot on the websites and stuff.
I mean, let me see if I can set my thing up so you can see for yourself.
The trial.
He definitely could have, Frankie. He definitely could have, with all this other gibberish jabberish she got here. He definitely could have took time to just letting us know who he is. It's a whole. I'm not going to say it's all a bunch of bullshit. Like he says, he wants to raise minimum wage from $20 an hour to $25 an hour. There's certain good things, but you're not telling us about you too, and we need to know who the new president's going to be.
You why I don't trust anybody that runs for president?
He said that he built tiny houses, but yet he has none of that on his website.
That's what I'm saying. It's not on here. He's not saying that, where the colleges he went to. There's nothing about him here. It's him saying what he wants to do, but there's nothing about him here. Nothing about the colleges, as he was, the questions that Miss Nietzsche was asking. There's nothing here stating this is where I went. None of that. There's nothing about degrees here. There's nothing if I served in the military. There's nothing. So
this is what I would call marketing.
Hold on a second, Divine. What are you really giving us?
Marketing.
No, you ain't even giving us marketing. You giving us a bunch of bullshit.
Well, that's what marketing is. That's why I'm saying it's smoke and mirror, because I'm saying that it is. This is why I don't trust people that run for president, because I feel like it is always smoke and mirrors. It's let me tell you what you want to hear so you'll vote for me, and then they never do what they promise, because it's in order to do all the things that we need to do to make things better for everyone, we need to rip down the whole system and rebuild. No one person can make that happen. So you can promise us all these beautiful, wonderful things as much as you can, but if you can't tell me exactly how you're going to get from point A to point B, I don't buy it. That's why I don't trust anybody that runs for president. Sorry. I don't buy the bullshit.
Yeah, this is I don't know. Maybe there's another piece to this, and maybe I need to look.
Exactly. God is awesome.
I need to look a little more deeper until I can find some more information, because I only have this one site, but it's several that Nosy sent me. It's really not. It's just a whole bunch of, like she said, it is definitely an AI thing, and it just looks like his was just
Zero, I pray to God somebody steps
at the moment.
I agree, Master Sergeant. They all do it. It's all self-interest.
JF Ruffin, it has to be because it doesn't. And I'm actually, to be honest, I'm actually, just excited to see Nosy break it down because it needed to be broken down because you would have just ran amok on this app and people would have been sitting here assisting you and you're not going nowhere. To be at, you didn't even take the time to go even. Yeah, you didn't even take the time to go even look at some other websites so that you won't never. I will never tell somebody. Yeah, you didn't even take the time to go even look at some other websites so that you won't never. I will never tell somebody not to run for president. I won't ever tell somebody not to go do what they feel best. But at this moment, it would be a no for me.
But sir, please stop running for president.
It would be a no for me, or take the time. Won't never. I will never tell somebody not to run for president. I won't ever tell somebody not to go do what they feel best. But at this moment, it would be a no for me.
But sir, please stop running for president.
It would be a no for me, or take the time to really go and do what you need to do to get the campaign up and running. You need to have the proper people backing you at the same time.
I just want to put a caveat.
Somebody not to go do what they feel best. But at this moment, it would be a no for me.
But sir, please stop running for president.
It would be a no for me, or take the time to really go and do what you need to do to get the campaign up and running. You need to have the proper people backing you at the same time.
I just want to put a caveat to everything I said. I would love if somebody actually did all that shit. I would. I'm sorry, I keep cursing.
Cash apps too, y'all. Yeah,
I
that's
don't like
illegal
this.
too.
But I do like listening to Nosy
I'm
break it down,
curious to how
especially when
you
she
get in
brings up
school.
Ross
How
Perot.
are you getting funding from this school? I'm curious to
You're
how you're
not.
pulling that off.
You're not.
I feel like that's the biggest lie of all. Is how are you getting that school to fund you?
School.
So does that mean that he's funneling money to himself? Because that's illegal too.
Yeah.
Like however
I
you
thought
cut
he
it, it's
said.
illegal.
I thought he said in the beginning that it was his school. He said his.
And I just took that as like a lot of teachers say.
So how did he get over here? Does anybody know how he made it on this side?
He said in the beginning that he's been trying to get up in Miss Nitra's panel since last year.
It. Huh.
Yeah, $20 million in a couple of hours. That's
Girl,
$20 million.
$20 million in a couple of hours.
That's what Nikki just said. $20 million in a
Anybody
couple
can
of
make
hours
a
on Missy
backdrop
Talk
and
is
say I
insane.
raised 20. Anybody can put a backdrop up and say I raised $20 million. Hell, I could even go and Google right now a Bank of America screenshot and say that I have $20 million in my bank account. It's very easy.
Do you know the only time that I've ever heard of people getting
I'm
that
kind
kind
of
of
with
money?
Kappa too. The
It's like-
degrees is definitely a problem. Two is that you're saying that you're getting funding from a school is a problem. Cash apps is a problem. You don't have anything up pertaining to you. Did you do the military? You're just, being a Democrat, like just Nosy pointing that out alone is how you don't even have those people backing you. How is this possible?
Kappa says you cannot take 20 million on Cash App, and I believe that more than I
You
believe
ain't
just
getting
about
no damn 20
anything else
million
I've
on
heard.
Cash App. Somebody lying.
I would love to see Cash App do 20 million. That would be something.
Hey, Candy, even just me looking at his attire is no. Mm-mm.
And the man is a scammer. He out here
He's
trying to
definitely a
scam
scammer.
the people. It's just sad that I don't know what. I don't know what he's running for. Maybe he's running for president of TikTok, but it ain't the president of the United States. I can tell you that. Second of all, if he had these degrees, why would you not post your accomplishments if you're running for the president of the United States, right? That
I
just
would have
doesn't make
everything posted.
that doesn't make sense for me, right? And then why you're not showing your charity work? You're just like you're acting like you're like what is so hidden that we can't see? Like it's just weird to me. But and he was on AJ's panel. I think last year, if I'm not mistaken. So AJ had discovered that he was a scammer. Just FYI.
So he visited AJ panel as well before Miss Nitra's?
Girl. They had discovered a lot of shit because he went on AJ's panel and said he was running for president. And the JJs, they don't play. It's like it's the priest over there, so they're gonna do a full-blown investigation. Shit, at this point, they'd better than the
Actually,
FBI.
thinking that he did Diamond as well.
Did you see what Hadia said? He got mad that people were looking into his info. He said he was going to sue him.
At this point, the JJs is better than the FBI. If y'all need a case unsolved, y'all might as well hit up the JJs. They'll find it. I'm telling you, Imp.
Allegedly the morning show too. Hey, Lady J.
Hello,
Bye, Candy.
Kim. Hey, this is my first time ever on your panel, but I want to speak about this right here. Now, his appearance was so off. I was like, I could not take my eyes off of his hair. I mean, braids.
Those
really?
braids in a curl.
Right. Let me shut my mouth. He looked a hot ass mess. That's all I got to say. Love you.
Thank you,
I
Lady
mean,
J.
when I just seen him and just checking out the website, I just was like, okay, and you're running for president. And it's
What?
he's on there. He's passing out food to the homeless, as he stated that he does, which is something that is very much so commendable. I definitely thumbs up that you are doing something in the community, but at the same time, I think we need to see more than just you passing out food to the homeless. Where's the other things that you're doing? What are all the things you have in store? Why is it written like this? This is not the way it's supposed to be.
You see Nosey's recap?
Yeah, we're listening to it right now. I'm
Okay.
imagining that's probably why they're sending
Honey,
me.
well,
Because
I just signed on. Honey, she did her
Why is
thing
this like
on
a Black
this.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
I'm telling you.
Definitely did, because I'm enjoying.
Yes.
I fell asleep and I was just like, I was so hooked and listening. I was like, I'm definitely recapping it, because I think we all over here also need to know to be paying attention to this. But you also get a little bit to help you educate of how everything works, as far as political wise, educational wise, when it comes to presidency, and being careful at the same time, because some of the shit that she pointed out, I don't even think half the people on the app would have paid attention had she not went into depth of details pertaining to him.
Exactly. Because I'm telling you, she combed through it. She left no stone unturned. Do you hear me?
All
She
I'm going to say
definitely
is
did.
when she brought up Ross Perot, I knew she had it all. Who brings up Ross Perot?
Those people would have really been doing all this donating. I think I commend her off no matter what, because we needed to hear it.
That man about to scam the people. Well, remember that one? Who was that one senator that had lied to all the people? And
Which there's only one. Sorry.
no. He was like, they found out like he lied about all his degrees and everything. Like, what was his name? Santos.
Oh my God. Why?
Is that the senator of New York or California?
I think he was in California.
Ron DeSantos?
Yes.
Talking about George
Yes.
Santos. You talking
Yes.
about George
Yes.
Santos.
Yes,
And talking about-
Candy.
and they was talking about he was saying he was Jewish and he went to Berkeley College and all this other shit. And then they found out he was a lie and now he in jail. How bad?
Most politicians belong in jail.
Yeah, I think they gave him 10 plus years as well. I think he got like 10 plus.
Trump should never have gotten. Sorry, I'm gonna shut up.
Well, she actually was really listening to Nosy as well last night. Even though some were going over there saying some negative things, she was letting it be known that she respected Nosy's opinion and all those details. So I do believe that she actually heard a lot of things that Nosy said. Now, what she'll do with that information that she received last night is kind of up to her. But she definitely was
Scammer?
listening to her as well.
So do you think he's scamming or what?
Me personally, looking at everything, especially the website that Nosy sent to me reading everything on there, me not seeing the things that he should have on there, and me going and pulling just other, candidates and how they have it said he doesn't have anything that way. I feel like it's a scam. Me personally, and that's my opinion. It may not be opinion for everyone else, but I feel like it's definitely a scam.
It's all about
listening to all the
protocol.
things that Nosy broke down from piece by piece by piece by detail, it's definitely a bunch of bullshit. I mean,
Yes.
the school was already enough for me, because I know damn well you can't take nothing from the school. It was a no. You not knowing your degrees and what schools you went and what times and what degrees you obtained, you're full of shit.
And then some of the
And
stuff he
him
was
saying
saying
that he don't
Because how
want
you
to
don't
be
know what degrees you
interviewed.
have.
The
How you don't know what
interviews.
degrees you have?
Yes, and he should be prepared for all of that, because the interviews are going to come once you
No, he said that
announce
he's gonna
that.
pick and choose what interviews he want to do.
But also, when he was saying that he was funding himself, isn't that called embezzlement? So it sounds like he was like, why? No, seriously, he's talking about like
I
he's
know I
not
love you.
accepting like funding from other people for his campaign, but he's going through this way and that way. It sounds like embezzlement to me. So I don't know, child.
Clock it, Candy.
Who you think gonna go to jail for this nigga?
I ain't going nowhere for him. Whatever he choose to do. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right. He won't get 1 penny, 1 cent.
Yeah, he can't. I can't stop nobody from doing what they want to do with their money. But at the end of the day, if you ain't paid attention to all the details that Nosy said last night, to actually getting to hear it again, and I'm going over it and seeing it, and we've had a few others come up here and like, hey, is this? Then I guess you just entering something at your own risk, because that's what I would say. Be cautious at whatever
I
you choosing
agree.
to do and where you funding your money, because of course, yes, it's us. We always go make sure we looking out for us, but at the same time, make sure you doing your full check on a person before you start donating to something that may not even exist. Look into it. Go get all the details.
Exactly.
Research before you start just signing up and putting your money somewhere. Go research. Go make sure this person is legit. Don't go off of word of mouth. Go see.
If
'Cause
something's
that's
too
what I
good to
just did
be,
when
You know
she
what
sent
my
me a website.
question
I went to
is?
go read all of the stuff, and I'm just like, I wouldn't donate a damn dime here.
Where
Not
did
a
she
single penny.
where did she
That's
meet
me.
him at? Where did Miss Nitra meet him at?
I don't know, because Candy just came up here and said he was on AJ's panel before Miss Nitra panel. So I don't know where he came from. I have no clue. I don't know.
He was a comic cousin playing around.
Is he a comic cousin? I don't know if he a comic cousin or not.
Yes, he is, because he said he's been in Miss Nitra's live in the comments way before he even came up on the panel. I don't know if you heard that
I'm
or
wondering
not.
how long he was in those comments hanging out.
Tired.
A year?
Frankie,
Oh,
See,
he waited for the
Miss
right
Nitra,
moment and the right time.
FOE,
For a year.
He definitely was
FOE, they dish out them
exactly that. He was
funds.
definitely pocket watching. He was watching that money flow. So he went to those bigger platforms and
Glee.
so I'm sorry, I'm eating corn. So allegedly he was like following Nisha and hit her up on the back and was like, I want to do an interview. Like, can you do an interview for me because I'm running for president? And Nisha felt like, as a black man running for president, why not? This is
I
not.
agree.
This is
Yeah,
not.
but how did
Hold on, let me
she
finish.
end up?
Let me finish. This is not Nitra's fault. We can't put this on Nitra's fault. Like, say this is
No,
Nitra's
we
fault.
can't put it on her.
Right.
But
But what I'm trying to say is he was on AJ's panel. They clocked his tea. Unfortunately, they was clocking his tea and Nitra's panel too. So I don't think he was going to get too far with this. So that's all I got to say. Bye-bye.
oh, Miss Nitra saying that she was going to be in the White House.
what? Come on.
Yes, she said she was going to be in the White House. So she had been
When
saying
did
that.
she wait a minute? When did she say?
You got to go back and listen to her live. She was saying that a couple of days before he came on her panel. So they had conversations before. And so, she I don't know if she's still going to be a part of his campaign, but she was going to join, but I kept seeing comments saying that she wasn't. So I'm not sure what the deal is right now.
For his cap. Well, I'm going to make sure, because it looks like she was also listening to Nosy, which I know for a fact she was, because I went into her live for a little bit and she was definitely listening to Nosy. So I guess we will see what her commentary as far as this candidate, this president, after Nosy has broke down all the details of who and what it should be and what is not there. We'll see what her opinion is from there. I'm not blaming her because
Exactly.
at the end of the day, she's not held accountable for none of that man's actions because that man came over here doing whatever his one thing, his 1-2 step, and yeah, he may have manipulated the situation, but it's really up to her to what she chooses to do further past that.
If it was her, I would not be involved because I'm not going to jail for nobody. I'm sorry.
I'm definitely not, but hey, if she feels like, if Miss Nietzsche feels like what he's brought to her, what he's brought to that table, what she believes is a fact, then let her do what she do.
I love Miss Nitra, and I'm not speaking against her, but somebody says she's still supporting him and she's accountable for not doing no research. Exactly. She did not I don't believe she did research before he came up and spoke. And after she heard Nosy, I think she was having second thoughts.
I don't know. Let's get back into Nosy because we still have 2 more clips, and then there's a few from Nitra, and then we'll continue.
I'm gonna say this: is his Cash App on his website?
I didn't see it on the website.
He had her to post his website, his Cash App last night.
Yeah, because it's not from the website that I pulled up. No, I didn't see it on there.
Let's go send him a Cash App request for wasting our time.
Hey, sir, welcome in.
I'm not even joking at this point. You should go and be a stand-up comedian, not to just off complete accord. You're funny, man. You're funny.
Yeah, because you know what?
I feel like Nosy combed through it so thinly. Any bugs that was in there,
she got them all, baby.
She got them all.
Listen. She got them all, and I'm going. You know what? You can drop me after this, but she combed through that like you said, like somebody with crabs.
Yeah, she definitely cleans right on through it.
Y'all, black folks, listen. Don't fall for the okie doke. If someone is a serious candidate, number one, they're not going to ask you to Cash App them nothing. That's number one. Number two, especially them being a black man, they're going to present themselves in a certain way. They're not going to look regular like you and me. Come on now. Be smart. And also, if they're a serious political candidate, they're going to have an Act Blue website. All political candidates, especially if they're in the Democratic Party, they have a website called Act Blue. Act Blue, they're the ones, when you get those text messages, and if you click on the link, it asks you to give them a donation through Act Blue. And that's where the money goes through. So don't fall for that okie doke, please.
For me, is being a president, you damn sure ain't on messy side of TikTok doing the interview.
No, you're not going to be over here interviewing with nobody. They have people that take care of all that stuff, and they're not going to come over here and talk to nobody over here, period. It doesn't matter how many followers you have over here. They're not coming over here to talk to us. They're going to talk to the people on MSNBC, which is now going to be called MS Now. They're going to go to CNN and all those places. They're not coming over here to messy talk. They're going to go like to Roland Martin. They're going to go to Charlemagne the God, people like that. And also, they're not going to come in August. They'll start talking to people in February because that's when the election season really starts. It's really early now for them to start. So don't fall for that okie doke. Please don't.
Okay, we have a current president, Mocha, that campaigns all the time.
Well, that's different. We all know he's an idiot. So he's totally different. He never stops campaigning. So that's something totally different. But we're talking about a black man here. So please pay attention. If you live in any state, red state, blue state, please constantly check and make sure you're
Thank
registered.
you, guys.
And remember, there are elections every year. Certain states have them all the time. You may be voting this year for a mayor, possibly a governor, city council, whatever. So make sure you're checking to make sure that you need to vote this year, because it's your local stuff that affects you right now. The presidency, that's over a year from now. But check on the stuff that affects you right now, like your school board and everything else, because that's what's going to affect you in your community right now, your kids, your grandkids, and everybody else. So take care of that.
But I know one thing, Miss Nitra read everybody that had something negative to say. She read them for filth last night. Do you hear me?
That always happens over there. And don't follow people on. Listen, you don't have to even listen to what I'm saying. Do your research yourself. Look at these people, look at their background. And a lot of these people, if they don't have any real political experience, that should tell you something. This man has not held any, I think he said he hasn't held political office. What does that tell you? You just don't jump out there and run for president like that with no money. He said he got $20 million. Come on now. I could tell you I got $20 million. Unless I show you my bank account, that don't mean nothing. It's just words. Don't be stupid. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, y'all. Come on. That's why we in the soup we in right now. All right, y'all. Listen, just please, just come on, y'all. Listen, listen. We need that Social Security. I know I need that Social Security and everything else, y'all. Please pay attention. Thank you for letting me up, Empress. I would gift y'all, but I can't recharge or do nothing. I don't know what they got going on here. But
Mocha, I only want to say to you is that was one of the sexiest things I've seen and heard in a long time. So thank you for coming up.
all right, you're welcome, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your evening.
Hi, Grandma.
Oh, you stop it and don't go for your request, nothing, Candy.
Well, shit, you know I was trying, but I need to know what
Don't
agency
FOIA
he worked.
request.
I need to know what agency he worked for.
He don't work for nothing. Listen, he's saying a whole bunch of stuff because he knows people will fall for it. That's why he's saying that stuff. Y'all don't believe that crap.
You know they
Grandma,
already
y'all
think
working my
that
grandma
us
up. Please
black
don't work my
people, they
grandma
think
up.
we're dumb anyway.
And
So
plus, y'all think about it. Jill, you don't hear nothing at all about Jill Stein till it comes to election time. People give Jill Stein all that money. She goes and be with the Russians. She takes all that money, and you don't hear from her for 4 years because she gets to keep that money that she gets. So think about that.
Maybe I should start doing it.
You see how much she gets, a whole lot of money because she comes in decisively and pulls votes towards her. Think about it and read up about it. All right, y'all, I got to go and get my diaper changed and have my applesauce.
All right, bye, Grandma.
Coming out.
Bye.
Y'all
Okay,
better
I've
start
heard.
working on my grandma. Y'all working her up. Please stop working her up.
Welcome to the panel.
That's the sexiest grandma I've ever heard in my life.
All right, y'all. So let me get back into the clip because I still have 2 more of Nosy and I have a whole bunch of other ones. I am her. Did you have something to say, my dear?
Yes, ma'am. I was coming because apparently how he got on TikTok, he's been on TikTok. If you look him up on Facebook, he is considered a pastor.
Okay.
He was doing Bible study and he mentioned a person's name in the interview. I think her name is Hey Girlfriend or something. She said that she used to frequent his Bible study on TikTok, and there was an elderly person that was on there that used to go against, I guess, what he was saying about the Bible. So they ended up leaving the Bible study, not going back to it. So she said that when she was in the live and he was being interviewed, she kept tagging him and saying, "Hey, where you been? Where you been?" He never answered. So he's been on TikTok. He was doing Bible studies and he was telling people he was a pastor.
Okay, and now he's telling people he's getting ready to be the president.
Yes, and apparently
So he just
there
leveled
was
up.
some
He just
people
leveled
that
up so
came.
high. He just said that he don't want to even give the word no more. He just want to be the president now.
I do believe that is what it is, and
So was
apparently
there any
he has
scamming when it
scammed
came
people.
to him being like the pastor that he had?
Well, my thing was when I looked him up on Facebook because everybody was saying he
Okay.
was on Facebook. I looked him up, and that's the first thing. The first page that popped up was Pastor. His pictures on it, but that it was a picture from 2020, which is the same picture that he's using as a candidate, which he says is an updated picture that his graduation picture. No, that picture is from 2020 because it's on his Facebook profile from 2020. So I
The
was
one that's
looking
on the
at it.
candidate page.
Yes, the same picture that's everywhere.
He,
But he said that was his graduation picture from this year. No, it's not. It was a picture from 2020.
and he said
But
he look old. What? Wait a minute. Let me mind my business. Never mind.
well, he said he graduated from the Penn. What is it? Penn Foster. Penn. What is it?
Ken Foster.
Penn Foster. He graduated from Penn Foster this year in May, and he said that picture that you see is my graduation picture. It's not. But anyway, I looked at it and I was like, oh, so he's a pastor, but he says that he has no support. So if you're a pastor, wouldn't your church support you? Which community, the people that you have been doing work for, wouldn't they support you?
Sorry.
And that was my question, but it never got answered. But
He said he's 36 years old.
yes, he says he's 36.
He's 36.
That's what he said.
He said he was 36.
But he's
That's
36.
what he said, 36.
Let me look at it again, because maybe I'm not
And
looking at the
you
right
can't
thing.
find anything. I think the school that he's talking about is connected to the Cash App is fake. Somebody said that is a course. That is not a school. That's a course that you can apply to and take a course online. That is not a school.
Well, maybe the picture on here, it kind of look a little young. I don't know, but
It's about from 2020, so about 5 years ago.
yeah, because when he
And it might be before
when he's
then.
passing out the food, it look a little older.
But I do know that anybody can apply to be president. All you got to do is go on the website and apply, put in an application, and they put your name on the list. It's over 200 people on the list that's applying to be president. That does not
Please
mean that
go
you're going
apply.
to be candidate.
I mean, he could be 36, I guess. Huh?
I'll do it, don't help.
I'm just saying he could be.
Frankie.
Well, it's just a lot of stuff that he was saying is not findable. You can't go on Google and research the school that he has. You can't go on Google and research the form that he has. You can't go on Google and find anything about him. So you can pull up his mugshot. Yes, you can pull up all of that, but it just thought that he was lying about something because in the interview he never mentioned that he was a pastor before or even a pastor now. He's never mentioned that in talking about being a pastor. So I guess that was a scam of things, being a pastor. And
Sitting over there with Randall Gillis.
yeah, one of those kind of things. Yeah.
One of the Randall pastors.
Yeah. He's been on TikTok. He just found his way here and he said that he's been watching Miss Nisha and he likes the way that she conducts business and he tried to give her a position and he put her on his webpage and he had to take that down because she didn't know that he had put all of that on there. But yes, he had gave her a position because he was saying when I make it to the White House, you're going to come to the White House and you're going to be this and that, and this is their position title. That is not a position title, though. He just made up a title. But I guess when you become president, you can make up titles and give them to people.
Yes, he came to the wrong side to try to play this around. The way that these people on Messy Talk find all information, sir, they're going to find you. They're gonna find you. You better get up out of here now.
Turn it down.
I guess he thought that because he was on a different side of TikTok, nobody would really know him or recognize him because he's been gone. He's just been around, snooping around, lately. So I guess he figured, I'm just snooping around, nobody knows me. But that's why they was like, and there was more than one person that said that they was tagging him and was like, you used to do the Bible study and nobody was paying attention to that. So
when did they say when he stopped doing the Bible study?
she said it was around COVID time, like 2020, 2021, I guess. He was doing
Okay, but did they say when it stopped? When did he stop doing it?
no, and they didn't say when he stopped, but they did say that somehow or another that he was scamming some people.
Oh, see?
So I guess when all of that came out, he must have stopped.
Came to the wrong side. Messy talk going.
But I think he's been scoping around to see what platforms have the most people and give the most, because if $500 of contribution for his campaign, he collected, I think it was $130 something, but he refunded everybody their money back very fast. He was like, I'm not worried about it. I'll fund it myself and da da da. And I understand,
So he got the money to give it right back?
he got the money. And I guess when people started talking about him and, pulling up stuff and, all this stuff was going on, he gave the money back the same night. Yes.
So he may have had this feeling that he might have been found out. So it was just like, let me just give it back before it becomes something else.
Wouldn't have been able to use those funds anyway towards his campaign because you can't ask for campaign
Well, first of all,
donation. So he
the
would have been able
funds
to
are
use that
not,
money anyway.
he's saying that it's,
That he can't utilize it.
okay, so this is the thing. The Cash App was put up because the Cash App is supposedly connected to the school. The money that's from the school goes to the FCC. So the FCC, you have to show your funding. You have to, it's every quarter, you have to show what you have got for funding from, I guess, from organizations, people, whatever. Because you can go on the FCC website and contribute. So he's saying that he would not touch that money, that it does not come to him, it goes to the school. But it was funny how when everything went down, the refunds were given right there, refund given. But you don't have access to this money, so who gave that refund that fast?
Clock in.
I'm trying to figure out how he was able to do it as well.
If you're saying that this is connected to your school, which was later found out that the school is not a school, that it is it's a class that you take online. But
It's a class.
he was sending these links to Miss Nitra. So my thing was he was pulling one of those rosés, send it to Miss Nitra and nobody else can send it to Miss Nitra and nobody else can see it. He was sending these links to Miss Nitra. I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you this. Well, why don't you post this stuff on your website or post these links on your website so that we, the people, can go and look at it? Why send it to a single person and say this is what it is, or a screenshot of this or a screenshot of that? Why we can't see it? Why it can't be posted? We can open it and see it.
I guess we got to look at it like this. I guess that Trump won on a whole. Trump was just one president on a whole campaign telling us that he has somewhat of a plan. So I'm gonna just tell the people the same thing. Got somewhat of a plan.
But then that's just, in that sense, is you went and you preyed on Miss Nitra's intelligence as well as her platform, as well as AJ's platform, as well as allegedly Black Diamond's platform as well.
Literally.
Why come and try to use and scam your own damn people? when you know damn well you're not going to be nobody's president.
And see, he applied
The
before.
problem
but he
is
said
that he
dropped
just
out.
assumed that there was dumb people over here. I mean, let me shut up.
Like he said, he had applied for
There are some
presidential
dumb people
seat
over
before,
here,
and he dropped
but
out because he
Shut
said
up,
that his
Ray.
child passed away. But it says something about he was terminated. His application was terminated. But like he said, he had sat on a seat, some seat that's for the country. It's the biggest seat you can sit on. That seat doesn't exist, sir. That position does not exist.
so remember that there's a lot of political people over here too. There's a lot of people like Miss Nitra. Miss Nitra actually works in her community. She actually does works with the campaigns, local campaigns, and everything. So, you know,
He's tapped in even with that mayor. So
yeah.
I
So you
mean,
know, you got a lot of people over here that yeah, you got some over here on TikTok, but you got a lot of smart people over here that know what they're talking about. And in that interview, Coach Billups was on him, like straight up. Coach Billups was on him.
Smart, political, and then you have the desperate.
where's Jordan?
But that's all I came to say. Where he started from, he was the pastor of TikTok, doing Bible study. Just maneuvered himself around.
It's not saying that he doesn't have the option to run for president. It's just make sure you get all your ducks and stuff in a row first before you present it.
Agree with you, I'm Hershey. I agree with you. Definitely, you should have all those things on your website. What the donations are, what they're going for, and stuff. It should be a breakdown. And on your website, I've never heard of somebody putting their Cash App up saying that these are for donations. And like you said, and if you don't have access to it, how did those people get their money back right away? Who has access to that Cash App?
That I think just me pulling up, I'm gonna send you the website. You can look for yourself. Me pulling up the website, I'm expecting for you to tell me, where you grew up at, names of the colleges or degrees that you obtained, other events that you're attending, other things that you're doing out here. Did you run for senator? What did you do? You just
Absolutely.
decided to just run for president? Did you go in the military? Did you run for a senator? Were you governor of any of the states? What have you already attributed to that's going to benefit, especially going into the White House? Because you don't have to be in the military, but you want to be knowing a little bit about the military because you also are commander of the U.S. Military. You got to know all those things as well. You have to have somewhat of a background in that. You don't have any of those things to show.
President doesn't either.
Trump? I think the only thing that Trump didn't do is he wasn't a governor.
He was what?
He was in the military.
No, he did not.
Let me pull that back up because I could have sworn I just looked at it right now. Hold on. You could be right. Just give me a second.
No, he did not.
He did not serve in the military. He got out because he had a rich daddy.
Yeah, and he said he had bone spurs.
But he did go there, though, didn't he? Even though he got out?
No, he got drafted and he lied to not.
He's a draft dodger.
Yeah.
Okay, because I knew that I seen that. Okay. So I knew that he had put on there that he did put in paperwork to go. I just didn't go further enough to see if he actually went. No, he dodged it. He dodged the bullet.
Yeah, he did. He dodged the draft. And he has no political backgrounds either.
No, he doesn't. I didn't say he had that.
Yeah, like he has no political background at all. And none of that. So I can see what the man is trying to do, but like you said,
Trump didn't have to have any of that. His skin got him where he needs to fucking be, period.
But
he didn't have to have none of that. Let's be honest here. Let's not play games there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
That doesn't mean that it applies to us.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying when it comes to us, especially since we all know that the black vote is very prominent when it comes to things like this. So, you know, hey, sir, you got to show us because we can't just keep giving our vote away for nothing and stuff. We just can't. Like, we're at a time now where our vote has to count. Like, if you want black people to mess with you, you got to definitely show what your credentials are, show what you're going to do, and telling the people your plan and stuff. You should not, like those questions that Ms. Nitra was asking you and other people in the chat and stuff. These are the people that you're asking for their vote. So you got to be able to answer these questions for them.
I agree with you, T.
At the end of the day, he ain't ready.
This gentleman, absolutely not. He's got a lot of work to do. And he also has to realize that he's got to work overtime. And we're just going to keep it real because of his skin color. So he's got to put in a lot more work than what he's just brought here to the table.
Yeah.
And from what I'm reading on this website, you ain't did no running, you ain't did no walking, you just served some plates.
Serve some plates, it's crazy.
Because there's nothing, when you go look at the website, you're going to see, hey, Skylove, there's nothing there to either shows where are your degrees. What you're saying that you got degrees here and here, but where? Then you turn around and say you're from a family of nothing but doctors. Then you tell me why you're at this college and not at Harvard or Yale. There shouldn't be a struggle for money or anything. You should have been at the best of the best. Hey, relax. So I don't. To me, my opinion is that he played it. He played in their face. But let me finish this last clip because I got one more clip of Nosy, and I want to complete it. Well, two. One more after this one. There's two left.
What we talking about here?
Messiah.
What we talking about?
You don't know.
If I were him, this guy, let me go back to this picture so you guys know who I'm talking about. This picture cracks me up every time. This guy, he should just take his donations, his campaign donations. John Robert Badger, he should take his campaign donations directly to his website. Do not post your Cash App on TikTok live streams if you're not going to disclose those specific campaign finance laws, which you should. You should tell people you cannot make more than a $200 donation. If you donate anonymously through Cash App, it can only be $50. That's how he should do it. By not disclosing that, again, that is a violation of campaign finance laws. That is a violation. That is a clear violation. You have to disclose that. You have to disclose those donations and how people can properly donate to you. I don't want Miss Nitra to get caught up with this guy who's not laying out clear campaign finance laws. He can't just tack his Cash App anywhere. He cannot do that at all. Like, you can't just do that. You have to give the instruction. If I go to Kamala Harris, well, not her. Let's just find somebody who's running for office. Okay. If I go to BernieSanders.org, because I think he's running for his senatorial seat.
Y'all do me a 7. We got 253 people in here. Please tap the screen. Let's do a quick 5-minute power tap really quick. Please tap the screen, y'all. I do have a live goal up here. Please make sure you guys are assisting and donating there. It is appreciative. And we're about to get back into the clip, but just power tap for just a little bit, y'all, please. And thank you.
He's going to have it lined out how you can properly send donations to his fucking, like, let's go. We'll see this. Let's go to BernieSanders.com. This is Bernie Sanders' website, right? Let's say I want to donate. So there's going to be a donation button. Oh, that may not be. I don't know if he's running again, so he doesn't have that. Fuck. Who's running for office right now? Let's go to AOC.
Let me double check, Master.
Okay.
Let me pull right back up.
Okay, let's go to AOC's website, right? Let's go to donate.
Hold on, let me see.
Gosh. She has a store. But she doesn't have a donation. I'm trying to find somebody who's currently actively running for office because they're not taking donations because they're not actively running yet. Okay, hold on. Let me try to find someone else. Who the fuck is running for office right now? Isaiah Martin? Hakeem Jeffries. Okay. Okay, let's go to just Act Blue. Okay, perfect. Okay, here's Act Blue's website and their donations. Do you see how their donations are broken up into different amounts? Because they're a super PAC, they can take specific dollar amounts. Do you see how they do
Master
that?
Sergeant, no.
But they're broken up into specific
not on
amounts
here.
because that is how they can only take
You got more
donations.
than one website.
That's exactly how they take them. And let's just say I pick
Thank you,
$25.
Big Play. I appreciate you for lighting up that
Donate
good gallery.
once.
Thank you so much, babe.
Here are the contribution rules. It says you got to be a U.S. citizen to donate. This contribution is made from your own funds, and the funds are not being provided for by another person or entity. It also says you're at least 18. You're not a federal contractor. And it says, I am making this contribution of my own personal credit card. It is not a corporate card or a business card. It goes on to list all of the campaign finance laws regarding your donation. It says individuals can contribute up to $44,300 or $88,000 per couple per calendar year to the DCCC. Every single person running for office has different specific campaign finance rules based off of how they take their donations. These are just the major credit card companies. If you're going to pay through PayPal, Apple Pay, or Google, those laws are also different. This guy just wheeling and dealing and throwing his Cash App up does not sound legal.
It's not legal.
Sounds like it's ripe full of campaign finance laws specifically. It sounds like it's ripe full of campaign finance laws. And Ms. Nitra needs not to have any dealings with that. Can he take donations? Yes. But it has to be through a specific avenue. It has to be through a specific avenue. You cannot just, oh, here's my Cash App, send money. No, you can't do that. Again, thank you, Pookie. That is a red flag.
Pretty Trump donations came from people that was close to him and his family, from his businesses that he was wiring to himself.
Let me put the CA back up. I accidentally took it down.
That's why I said let people talk. Y'all that keep asking, do we believe he's running for president? The man got all the proof on his page, man. He done told you where you can go look him up.
He is running.
On the government sites to see that he is.
He is running. He is. That is not a question. He is running for president. He is running for president. But anybody can run. It is not hard to get on the ballot. Anybody can run and anybody can use that. I'm not saying it's this guy, but anybody could use that as a grift. Anybody could. Anybody could. Specifically when he is not disclosing campaign finance laws to donations. He didn't even disclose them. He said, can you just put up my Cash App? What? What?
The candidate for the United States of America's the highest office or whatever. You ain't gotta. You think we ain't checked it? We ain't checked it out yet?
Come on, somebody.
People know what grassroots mean. I mean,
That's what you put water on so the grass can grow. I just let people talk so we can see where they come from. I mean, a lot of times if you let a person talk, you'll see who,
I want to interview him.
and where in their life while they're sitting today. And that's why I said
We're listening to an interview or post interview of John. Can somebody just tell them in the comments? We're listening to a post interview of John Badger. He's running for president of the United States, and he sat down and did an interview on Miss Nitra's live stream today. And now I guess people were coming after him, posting his mug shots and stuff like that. So me, as a person with a degree in political science, is breaking down this interview.
talk because he's sitting here saying, "Oh, you on here doing this, you on here doing that."
So you can
I did that because at the time it was only 500 or some people here, and if everybody was $1. Because everybody, I know the economy. I'm in the same economy with you guys. I know what the economy looks like. I know a lot of people can't give. I know a lot of people don't have it to give. So I said that for a reason, because I'm not trying to pressure nobody. Because little do y'all know, I said earlier that we needed $40 million to reach. And we're down 36 million because I put my money into it. I haven't had now one single person give me anything.
Wait a minute. We got to go
And I
back.
have not asked.
We got to go back. We got to go back. Math is afoot. Math is afoot. Let's rewind that back.
I said that for a reason, and that's why I said let him talk, because he's sitting here saying, "Oh, you on here doing this, you on here doing that." I did that because at the time it was only 500 some people here, and everybody was something dollar. Because everybody, I know the economy. I'm in the same economy with you guys. I know what the economy looks like. I know a lot of people can't give. I know a lot of people don't have it to give. So I said that for a reason, because I'm not trying to pressure nobody. Because literally, y'all know, I said earlier that we needed $40 million to reach, and we're down 36 million because I put my money into it. I haven't had now one
30. He said he put in $4 million of his own money. Right? I heard that correctly, right? Chat, did we all hear that? Can we rewind it back just a little?
I said that for a reason, because I'm not trying to pressure nobody. Because literally, y'all know, I said earlier that we needed $40 million to reach, and we're down 36 million because I put my money into it.
Miss Nitra, you need to stay away from that man. You need to stay away from that man. You need to stay away from that man, and I'm going to explain why. I really hope she sees this. According to the FEC.gov, he has not submitted his campaign finance information, which is fine because it may not be due yet. Okay? Once it's been submitted, you need to go over that thing with a fine-tooth comb. Because one, where is he getting $4 million from? Cash, liquid cash. We're not talking about $4 million in assets. We're not talking about $4 million in equity. We're not talking about $4 million in stocks, which is still kind of cash. We're not talking about $4 million in gold. We're talking about $4 million liquid cash for an election. Where did it come from? Where did it come from? Those are the questions you need to ask him. And those are very important questions.
I haven't had now one single person give me anything. And I have not asked. But I appreciate everybody that do give, and I appreciate for the ones who don't want to give. I still thank you. I appreciate the ones that think they're harming me. I appreciate the ones that supported me. But you do not have to fight for me. I'm tough on my own. I can handle it. Trust me, I done been through this already. And the stuff they're talking about is way from 2021. I've been doing this a long time. I knew when I ran for president that this would come about. And again, I could have had it scrubbed from the internet. I chose not to. Because I said transparency. And that's what I believe in.
Hey, Frazier.
Now, I just want to be clear. A candidate can use their own funds. He can. If he had $1 billion, he could use it for his election. What he can't do is not tell us where it came from and how he spent it. He must absolutely 100% unequivocally tell us where it came from and how it was spent. And that to me is concerning because he talks about how he has used grassroots, right? And how he doesn't take large contributions. I want to know how a nigga from Louisiana came up on $4 million. That's what I want to know as a constituent who votes. I want to know how he came up and how he can comfortably use it for an election. Did he win a lawsuit? Did he win the lottery? And that's fine. He could have. Did he win a lawsuit? Did he win the lottery? How did he get access to $4 million in cash comfortably enough to wheel and deal? And is this the reason why he can retire? Those are the questions that are important. Those are important questions. Did he get it from somebody? Did he get it from a business? Did he get it from a large corporation that he doesn't want to disclose? Where did it come from? That's why Ms. Nitra, you need to re-interview this man. You have to re-interview him because he is saying things. He's saying all of these whistles that have looming questions. These questions are looming. He said, well, I just need to raise $36 million because I already put in my own 404 from where? And that's not me pocket watching or dry hating. That is me talking as a constituent wanting to know, where did the next president-elect get $4 million liquid cash? Period. And if he did get $4 million liquid cash, why is he not spending? The questions are right there. Why is he not spending it on ads? Why is he not spending it on campaigning, a tour bus? Why is he saying, oh, I don't want to do interviews? Because he knows that a reporter is going to ask him those questions and he doesn't want to answer them. You got $4 million liquid cash? And there's no ads, there's no billboards anywhere. And all you're asking is a measly $500. You wouldn't even need that. It's not making sense. Do I believe he has $4 million liquid cash for his campaign? I do believe it. I personally believe him. I do personally believe him because at the end of the day, he cannot say that. He cannot say that without proving that because of the FEC. The Federal Elections Commission is going to prove that. So he either has it or he doesn't. So he probably does have it. The question is, why is he not spending that on his campaign? That is the question. My second question is he using that money in his campaign to obfuscate taxes? When sometimes people get large sums of money, you got to pay taxes on it. And maybe the only two ways to get out of paying taxes is one, use it for an election, or two, open up a 501c3. And he probably thought the election was easier to get. It's easy to get on a ballot, right? So my question is, that's what makes me feel like that this is all a farce. It's all a farce. That's why the website is so poorly put together. It's like a fake election. Do you see what I mean? I'll do a couple of interviews.
Read this. Yeah, dry it out.
I'll do an interview on a TikTok live stream.
Take the tops off.
But I won't do it with the local news in Louisiana. I won't do it with the local news in Texas. I'm not going to do it with the local news in Mississippi or any of the southern. I'm not going to do the local news, but I'll do it with Miss Nitra. No shade to Miss Nitra. That's great that he sat down an interview with her. But I feel like he's trying to use her to just knocks so when people say, well, he's not interviewing with anyone, he see, I did. Proof here. I interview with Miss Nitra on TikTok live stream. That's an interview. And it's true. It is an interview. But I feel like the campaign is just to hide his money. That's what I feel like. And now it's starting to make sense. No tea, no shade. But if he does not, here's the thing, and this is how you prove this. 2 ways to prove that his election is real. One, he's got to start spending that cash. Okay? And I feel like he's not going to. Because with campaign finance, he can easily write off his rent. That's where his field office is, right? Write off all of his electric bill and his gas bill, because that's where his office is, right? Write off his supplies. He works from home, right? His campaign office is in his home. So he can write off groceries. It's giving, the campaign is used to obfuscate taxes. That's why he's not spending so much of it on the election. That's why there's no billboards. That's why there's no TV ads. That's why there's no flyers on your fucking windshield of your car. That's why there's no tour buses. Where are these things located? Or is he waiting to spend them closer to the election cycle? I want to know about the $4 million. That's what I want to know. I want to know about the $4 million. I want to know about the $4 million. I want him to let me interview him. I'll take some time off work and I will sit down and I'll interview him. I want to interview him, or I want Miss Nitra to take some notes that I can email her and she can re-interview him and ask him these very important questions. Where did the $4 million comes from? Can you specifically show us your credentials? Can you list the post? And don't include the one that reformatted itself into ICE. That one don't count. Okay? He's got a lot of questions that do need answers, and he ain't got an interview with me. But Miss Nitra, you need to sit him back down again, and you need to start asking him questions, because if he's walking around with $4 million liquid motherfucking cash, he's asking for Cash App donations, but he's not disclosing specific campaign finance laws about how to properly donate to him. He's a walking red flag, and you need to stay away from him until you get those questions answered, or at least until his FEC disclosure has to be submitted. Okay? You need to wait until that disclosure is submitted so you can read up on it. Do not align yourself with this man until you see how he spent that money, if he spent it at all. And now, mind you, it's very early in his campaign, so he's not going to be spending a lot of money, which is fair.
Let's get to the very last clip. Thank you. Where is it? Put it back. Messiah, get up to the meat. Where'd it go? The last clip. Where is it?
You know, he did say that he had signs. That's the only thing I heard him say. He had signs. Big ones, small ones, medium size.
About his campaign?
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's always great to get that information from Nosy, you know, especially if she's went to school for it. She's educated in it.
Yes.
It's always a plus to be able to have someone who is educated in something that can better explain it. So that's why I said
Exactly.
she did her thing here.
Yes, she did.
She made sure that we all understood exactly what it was.
Exactly.
Now, it's a choice if Miss Nitra is going to listen or not. It's up to her.
Exactly.
I don't know how he's doing it. He said, please let me up. I have to show you. Show me what? You got to tell me what you're going to show me, Ash. You can't just say that. Just tell me what you're going to show me. He said, did he say where the school is located? Because I don't see one in Monroe. Maybe it's an online academy. Possibly it's a private school. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that it's called Human Rights Academy. What's up, Jay? So let me up. I have an opinion. Tell me your opinion. He said he's not accredited. It's proof. Okay, email it to us. You said, and which school is doing the fundraising for Ben Harbor? He said it's his school called Human Rights Academy. He said if there's not a nonprofit attached to the school, if there is a nonprofit attached to the school, if it's a private school, let me see if a private school can do it. I don't think so, but maybe I'm wrong. Because schools are classified as nonprofit. So that's why schools typically cannot. What's your IG? Nosy Bystanders? Yeah, but I don't know.
Thank you, teacher.
Maybe he found a loophole. Maybe he found a loophole. I will stay far away from this man. He playing fast and loose with campaign finance laws. I'm sorry. He playing fast and loose with campaign finance. He playing fast and loose. He's playing fast. Yeah, I have a degree in political science. I appreciate that. I have 2 degrees in political science, so I appreciate you saying that. But yeah, I do my best to know, but I don't know everything. But I think he playing fast and loose. Nitra, you need to get out of there ASAP. You said on his website it doesn't state that he have a school. What's the name of the school? Check your email. Which email? Speaking of schools, not my alma mater asking me for money. They ask me for money all the time. Hey, baby, I ain't got it for y'all. I got my degree and got the hell out. Okay. Oh, I see my emails. Let's see. Is this the school? Did you email me to school? Oh, this is, what is this? What am I looking at? Okay. I thought. Thank you for the email. I thought this was about his school. I want to hear about the school. That's what I want to hear about. He said Miss Nitra had a school name and her screen on her screen. Could that be it? USIDHR Academy? Okay, let's look it up. USIDHR Academy. That's a mouthful. So U.S. Institute of Diplomacy and Human Rights. I don't know what this is. Is this his school? I don't think this looks like a government website. What is this? That's not it? It's a trade school. Oh, this ain't it. Okay, let's finish this interview out. We're almost. As well, for any information that you need to know about him and his presidency run.
No, Martina.
It's a government-run website. Government.
Please say that again one more time. Please. It's a what? Ran what?
A government-ran website.
Thank you.
And for anyone who has any family members that is within the government, whether they are in the military or whether they work in the Pentagon. I have a family member that worked in the Pentagon. This is a government-ran website.
Now look at y'all. Now stop texting my phone, arguing with me. I hope you're in the live. I'm finna block you. Y'all just sitting up here study texting me saying you can't find them. You're probably not educated enough to go over there and look for it. You don't know.
It is F as in Frank. F as in Frank. E as in elephant. C as in car. Why is it not in alphabetical order? .gov. G-O-V.
It's sad the degree that people go into to try to belittle this man. I'm like Miss Martin. I don't want to give him no chances or nothing. I just can't believe it. Like some of the people, boy.
It's really sad. That's what I find confusing. Like, he hasn't listed any of his money. Let me see. When were these due? Why Why has he not listed the $4 million? It's right here. Here's his name, John Badger. And here he has contributed, he has not listed anything. Why has he not listed that $4 million? It's not here. And no one thinks that shit is fucking, that's concerning to me. And then he's saying his school funds his election. How is that possible? He hasn't listed a damn dollar. He does have it. I believe he has it. Listen to me when I say this to you, okay? I believe he has that money. I don't think he's lying about it. I do believe he got that money from his academy, and the academy, his school, the Human Rights Academy, is funding this election. I do believe it. Now, did he...
I bought cheese quickly for this.
Is the financial disclosures not due yet? I don't know. I have to look up when. Let me look up when they're due.
No, it wasn't this cheese. It was that. I bought cheese yesterday.
They're due April 15th. So if he got that money after April 15th, then he missed the deadline, which means he would be up next for the next deadline, which is no, I take that back. There was 3 deadlines. January 31st, April 15th, and July 15th. So if he got that money after July 15th, we will see it October 15th. Keep that date in mind. Let me screenshot this. Oh, I don't know how to screenshot on an iPad. Oh, is it like this? Yes. Keep that date in mind, because that is the date that October 15th. He's been talking about that money today. Today is August 17th. He has been talking about that money today. He talked about $4 million. He talked about his academy funding his campaign. And if that occurred, let's say he finally got his money squared away with the academy and his campaign after July 15th, that's fine. But we should see that October 15th. That is his next filing, is a quarterly filing for congressional and presidential, and that is when it's due. And I'm going to make sure I show you guys if you want to screenshot it. So let's say he didn't receive that money from his academy for these 3 quarterly filings. The next one should be here, because he's talking about that money as though he has it now. He's not talking about maybe I could get campaign money. Maybe he's talking about it now. If Miss Nietzsche gets anything out of this message, all I tell her to do is this. Try to re-interview him. Ask him about how he is getting his academy to fund his election when that is a violation of FEC guidelines. And if it's not, he needs to explain it to you. Because my professor at Elmhurst University used to work for Blagojevich. If you don't know who the fuck Blagojevich is, he got pardoned by Trump, but he was the governor of Illinois. 2 days later, the feds raided his office and put that nigga in jail. She said her other co-workers ended up getting put in jail. She could have been in federal prison, but because she took the job at Elmhurst, she got out by the skin of her fucking teeth. She could have been in federal prison, but because she took the job at Elmhurst, she got out by the skin of her fucking teeth. Ms. Nietzsche, please do not connect yourself with a person with very ambiguous statements about the money. Fuck everything else. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. I don't care about his credentials. I don't care about if he closed down prisons. I don't care about him choking chickens. I don't care about none of that. She got out by the skin of her fucking teeth. Ms. Nietzsche, please do not connect yourself with a person with very ambiguous statements about the money. Fuck everything else. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. I don't care about his credentials. I don't care about if he closed down prisons. I don't care about him choking chickens. I don't care about none of that. I care about what's going to keep your ass out of federal prison. If this man is talking about he got $4 million from his academy and they are funding his election, you need to be able to see those disclosure statements by October 15th if he does not show them to you by tomorrow. If he only way he's getting around that, I don't think it's academy for students. I don't think it is. It sounds like a coursework academy, if you will. Like, you know, when people say credit repair courses, that's what it sounds like. That to me, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. So I'm praying that's what it is, and that is how he's financing his campaign. Again, I don't even know if that's legal. I would tread lightly on that. But if you're gonna work for this man, he needs to show you his books. He needs to show you that money. Point blank, period. He needs to show it to you. He needs to show you how he got it. He needs to show you how it's being spent. And if he does not show that to you, you need to stay far away from him. Far away from him. Because he's sounding like he's cooking up a felony. And you don't want to play with campaign finance laws at all. Full stop. I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. I don't care about none of that other. I don't care about none of that other stuff. I don't care about any of that other stuff. I care about how people start playing with money and the feds. That's all I care about. Don't play with money and don't play with the federal government. Don't do that. That to me, I feel like you're cruising for a fucking bruising with that. Okay? So before you start defending him, you need to get him back on your platform. You need to ask him these questions. Or you need to talk to him privately and ask him these questions. You need to ask him about that money. Because that is where it starts to get tricky and sticky and all that other stuff. Okay? I'm going to read some of your comments, but I'm going to play this clip still.
It's important. One thing I can say is, if your family is perfect, if you're perfect, if no one in your family ever did anything wrong, never been to jail, never hurt anybody.
He did. You can do that. If you run a political campaign, you can pay for it out of your own pocket. But the FEC makes it very clear you got to tell us where it came from, and you got to tell us how you spent it.
It's just green.
So the next federal deadline is October 15th. So he may not. Let's just say he says no. I don't want to interview about my money. Fine.
Hey, Nisha Lauren.
He ain't got to tell us a goddamn thing. October 15th, we'll be able to see it ourselves. He can't run from the FEC. He can run from messy TikTok. He can run from the comic cousins. He can duck and dodge Nitra if she has additional questions. What he cannot do is duck and dodge the FEC.
I need a spoon.
And that is public record, and we'll be able to go through his finances with a fine-tooth motherfucking comb. Period. So he ain't got to answer nothing. By October 15th, I better see some numbers. That's what I better see as a voting constituent. I want to see the numbers. I want to see those books. So he can say whatever he wants. I don't give a fuck what he says. I don't care if that nigga never come back ever again. October 15th is already on the clock. Thank you, Lena. October 15th is already on the clock. So we're already going to be watching for October 15th because we want to see how that money is spent. Okay? Or if it was spent.
You so perfect. God damn it, you run for motherfucking president. See how far you get. You get that support. That's the man, I ain't never.
Evelyn, what's the name of the website? Can you put it in the chat?
Ooh, I ain't never remember my Joker. Oh, y'all bad. Damn, man. God, I'm a little pissed off. I'm a little pissed off today. I'm sorry.
I just don't want, I don't want people wrapped up in the prison system. There's nothing funny and cool about that. And there's nothing like cute, you know what I mean? Like, that's his website. This one here, USIDRH.org. That's his website. We went to that website. Somebody said that wasn't his website. That's his? You said, no, it's not his, Ash? Okay. They said it's not his.
You know what? Y'all got him mad. Damn, Miss Martell, man, like that. Y'all did too much today. Y'all did too much today. That was not necessary. It really wasn't.
Hey, Lamar.
It really wasn't.
Long time no see.
If y'all don't mind continuing to bless the case.
I might have fast forwarded through when he said it because Icon Peach came up playing music. He might be an owner of that website. You know, I looked at the website. It looked like one of those like I'll show you guys the website. I don't know if it's his or not, but I'll show it to you. Hold on. It was called US.
No, just give me the one.
Oh gosh, my kneecaps. It looks like a website that tells you like how to start businesses. I think that's the academy. I think we got scared. We thought it was a school, but I think this is the academy. It teaches you like how to start businesses, how to get certified in like human rights development. This might be it. This is his website. This looks like one of those websites you can buy. You know what I mean? That's like, it looks like one of those credit repair websites. You said the academy. This academy is scamming. You said go to their about page. Okay. It could be funded by other people. You know what I mean? Oh gosh, my knees. Become a human rights professional. Okay. And you get a little certificate once you complete it. And I guess it allows you to work in like human rights. If Nitra listens to this, just take out what everybody else did today. Ignore the live streams and the mug shots and all that other stuff. Just take all of that out of the equation. If Nitra, if you go back and listen to your own interview, if you download that live and you listen to the interview from beginning to end, that man, outside of his policy, so take the policy questions out, when he starts talking about that $4 million from the school, which again, we don't even know if he can legally do, when he sent you that $20 million, when he started ambiguously talking about his credentials, when you listen to those key points, when he talks about those 36 prisons he closed, when we proved that he did not close any one of them, maybe half a point for the one in Monroe, Louisiana. But again, it's still currently actively open as a ICE detention facility. When you go back and listen to your interview with him, outside of the people dragging him and his...
Okay, so it was already debunked from what Nosy is saying. I definitely love my political, but I definitely don't have a degree in it as she does. So it's better for her to break it down. So it did come out, Frankie, that he didn't close not a single prison. Because I could have sworn a lot of the prisons he was talking about was already down. Is that what she's saying?
What? That he didn't close any prisons?
That he didn't close any prisons.
Yeah, she just said it.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
She
Because
researched
I could have
it.
sworn those was already closed well over almost 4 to 5 months back. Almost 6.
Yeah, she went. She researched it and she couldn't find any.
Okay. It's always great to go to somebody with a degree in it.
His mugshot and his policy on tariffs and HUD. Please listen to the words that come out of his mouth. They don't make sense. They absolutely don't make any sense. And you need to be careful. Specifically, if he's not going to come back on the platform, just be careful about working with him. And please, for the love of God, wait until October 15th. Because $24 million has to be accounted for. The $4 million he claimed he got from his school and the $20 million he showed you he got from donations. If you're not going to listen to anything else anyone says, just follow the money. Just follow the money. Your heart was in the right place. You most certainly advocated for him. You most certainly allowed and shared your platform with him. You asked him 100% questions. I, myself, the nosy bystanders, would have asked him, me personally would have asked him those exact questions. It was a phenomenal interview. Unfortunately, he gave very scarce answers to the money, not in anything else. The policy questions he answered on point. The questions he answered about tariffs and the questions he answered about HUD and abortion were all on point. Even I would go as so far as saying the questions he answered about police reform as well as gun reform were answered spectacularly. It was the money that should be questioned. And if you don't take anything else out of anything he said, just wait till October 15th and follow the money. And for the love of God, do not give him any money. At all. Okay. Okay. So that's all I have for you guys. ChatGPT taught him well. Not even. There was still grammatical errors in those statements. But that's all I got for you guys. Oh gosh, I'm tired. If he does another interview somewhere around the planet, I'll make sure we recap it. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Have a good night. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, that's all I got. I ain't got.
Listen, I ain't got no more. I ain't got no more. I ain't
Oh,
got
that
no
was
more.
good. I
All I
love
got.
her take on that. I loved her take on that.
It was best for her to recap that because she has the degree to back it. So it's not somebody who's just talking off the the dome. This is educational. I went to school for this. This should be this way. This should be this way. And she combed through it like there was no other. So I respect the recap, no matter what the case may be, because she actually has a degree. She broke it down even in layman terms. So even those who really aren't into political and that don't pay attention to that, she still made sure that they are able to understand as well. So I felt like that was an A1 recap, definitely.
100%.
So
I love when she talks political talk. I love when she does her political talk.
I mean, shit, somebody needs to do it because some of us ninjas need it. She nailed it.
I agree, Empress.
Huh?
I said I agree.
Yeah, she definitely nailed it, but she broke it down. But from me looking at a lot of the stuff, there was good quotes, but there was things that was missing that I would expect to see even when I just went and pulled up other old candidates and stuff. I went and pulled up old shit. Like I expect to see certain things. And when it comes to us, it's always you have to work overtime. And it's like you starting, but you're not putting in the work. And I mean, and that's a big factor. Where is the money? What are you doing with the money? Where is it? Where's your team? Do you have a place already? It comes with all of that. So she's spot on with that as well. I mean, I love the fact that she's looking out for Nitras. Be careful before you start locking in and making deals. Check this out first. At least wait till then. I mean, and I think that's just respectable. So let's hear Miss Nitra's response.
And I hope and pray Miss Nitra listens.
I do too. So let's see what Miss Nitra said after, because this is after Nosy and during Nosy.
She put it tonight in the form of, and nobody was attacking me. I'm not saying anybody was attacking me, but it was more today of this is wrong, 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 this is wrong. It just got to me a lot. And then to me, I felt like it was stirred from the oppositions. I was really kicking against the oppositions more than anything today. I feel like they should not have been involved, but I get it. But it's like now the water is calm. Nosy has listened to the interview. She's listened to the questions. And there are some things that I would have sat back later tonight and wrote down. Like I got, when I tell y'all think I'm lying. Like I wrote down stuff that I was going to go back and have a follow-up on. Healthcare, the prison system, vice president, abortions, guns. Like these things I had questions about. Even his campaign manager, I underlined past traumas. It like this right here, I even asked, I had a question on here about crypto. I just did not get to get my follow-up. This was my follow-up. Today was just introduction to know how do you feel about all this stuff. And then like, that's basically how you do it. Like you don't get the Q&A all at the same time with an investigation. You get the Q&A and then you follow up with an investigation. So then you come back and you say, hey, I probably went through and I heard you say that you do all these great things in your community. But I went and searched and I looked and I...
What? Why couldn't you just have give credit where credit is due? Is that I had an opportunity to listen to some things that Nosy said, and I then went and I jotted down some more questions. So now that I can go back and ask the right questions. I want to make sure that I'm asking about the money. I want to make sure that all these things are in line. You want to go a little bit more in depth, but at least give credit where credit is due. Like, God damn, why is it so hard for us on this app to give credit when credit is due? Come on. Stop with the bullshit. Stop with the fucking bullshit.
I don't see you anywhere working in the field. Could you lead me to some of those places, like stuff like that? But of course, I didn't get to do that. But that was on the agenda. It was supposed to be one interview.
I really like that Nosy said follow the money, because regardless if it's there or not, it will be reported. So that will give you an answer to a lot of the questions that you can really, and once that's answered, you can really answer the questions yourself.
See, one thing, the reason why I wasn't focused on the money, because you said you had none. So
that's right.
The $20 million hit after the fact. So I can't focus, which I asked the proper questions. Are you going to pull from your own pockets? People going to have a problem with you wanting to just pull from us. What will you be doing to help in this, financially? So I wanted to ask them about the sponsorships and let them know you need endorsements and all that. But when I didn't go into deep detail,
But wait a minute, how are you letting him know something if he's already running for president? These are all the details that he should be telling you. That this is what the money is going, and this is what I'm doing. I'm paying for a bus. I'm paying for, my suite where we're going to be campaigning out of. I'm paying for these details. This is not for you to be asking him. He should be telling you this when it comes to that money. This is what is being spent on. This is mine, but this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm paying for my posters. I'm paying for certain, press conferences to be set up so I can be able to have talks. There, we got the press out here. You got to give her those details. You can't. Never mind, because again, not actively listen, just responding.
But you don't have no money. I know what it takes to get money. You got to get out there, bake sales. Shit, you damn near got to be at the table with the Girl Scout cookies.
Right.
So whenever he said he has no money, the next thing is tell you how to get the money. So,
that's where the grassroots conversation.
I think Nosy was saying it as in, like, if you can't trust his word at this point, you can trust that the report of that money. You can trust the report of that money if it's going to be reported, because he already told you it's there. So, I mean, I can't explain it how she was trying to say it, but I get what she was saying. Like,
that money's got to be there.
Yeah, it's got to be.
He did that today. That money has got to be there. Another question that I was going to follow up with him later, when I asked about the campaign manager, and this is another thing that had a question mark. He stated Miss Linda operated and made the mistake with my picture being put up and all that. So then he also stated today that somebody else worked his TikTok. So one of my follow-up questions when we came back was, do you have active board members that are active? Do you have an active board member team? Do you have lead? Do you have people that are actively working on your behalf? And so I don't think he has active, an active team. I think it's him and his wife. I think he's just getting started. I think he got his foot in the door in February, as he stated, and he just found out that he's officially out there. I think that he has been surfing to see where he can get his biggest support from. And I do think that he got whiff of this platform. I think that he has tried in his community. I think that he has tried to pull, but I don't think that he has the reputation that people want to see. So I think what he done was looked over here, he saw this platform, he sees the strong support, and he also sees the financial institute that comes from FOE.
That's
Do I
right.
think you just showed up because I'm this great ass social media influencer? No, I don't. I'm flattered, but I don't think that's your ultimate reason for being here. I think it's for ultimate gain. It's for gain.
Yeah.
It's for gain.
Money or whatever.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it because I'm going to tell you, if David Mann Jr. opens up the door of opportunity for Nitra, I'm not going to say I'm just showing up at the Green Jacket just because I support him. I'm showing up at the Green Jacket because I want to get out here in the real world of entertainment. So this helps me get in the door of success. There is nothing wrong with being truthful and saying, I see opportunity. You don't use the opportunity, you utilize it. And a lot of people don't know the difference in using and utilizing. So what I do, once I talk to David Mann Jr., and we discuss business, we discuss what it does for both of us. He already got an establishment. He already got people packing it out. He already has it. So what Nitra has to do is sit back, as I've done 3 times being there. I looked around that man's establishment, and I know where I can fit in without interfering, without being in the way, without pulling people money, but making my own way where somebody has gave me an opportunity to utilize my talent. So this can't be a use, but he's got to make it be, you got to utilize it. So he got to do look like this right here is just this is my blueprint for you. But it's a closed book until you do it for yourself. So I wish I could help him. I hope I can. Once he gets it sharpened up, I can be a mediator. But I got to know the finances. Like, you can't throw $20 million out here and I not say.
Not having an explanation for it.
Yeah, that $20 million gonna sit right here until you see different. So I just hope that he utilizes the help that God bless him with. I don't think that he should give up, but I do think that he should retract. Like, even this is what a true person does that's running in this seat. Today was your ultimate. You got your ass whooped over here.
That's one.
It is what it is. But a good sportsman, a good sportsmanship, a good candidate, a good campaign runner, somebody that wants to sit in that seat will spin the block and come back.
I think that me personally, I'm happy that Nosy was able to get the things that Nitra needed to know, which would have been great to reach out on the back end. But I think you should have did a little bit more research, a little bit more digging and deep diving before you done the interview, and making sure that you had wrote everything down so that whatever questions he had, then you would have been able to counteract. Okay, so where is this at? You know, because sometimes you got to write these questions down. And also, giving a great interview was to also be able to, okay, you gave that answer, but what will this be? What is this? So sometimes you got to take time to get them really dig into this person before you're setting up the interview, so you know all the right questions. Because when you really go in and look up a person and you just kind of move around on this social media site to watch these, and you'd be able to ask those questions. Okay, well, they were saying, you know, on this particular panel that you was once a pastor. Is that a fact? Allow him to clear that up. Okay, you got this $4 million. What are your plans with this $4 million that is going to benefit you running for presidency? You have to be able to ask these questions. So if you look the man up and take the time to really look into him, then you have great questions to ask. If he doesn't want to ask those questions, then you know, write something there. But always, when it comes to finances, always make sure that's on a lock, because it could affect you. So I'm happy that she actually did listen to Nosy, to actually get it from someone who went to school for it. So it's not like somebody's just playing in your face, and you're able to now, hopefully that you are able to get another interview to actually give a little bit more of a deep dive. But please give credit where credit is due. Just don't pretend like this is something you were doing right then and there. Give credit where credit is due. Oh, wow, I didn't even know that. Duffy and everyone kept trying to let AJ up to show the proof for trying to scam the JJs last year. It's always great to do that. So I love the plus to getting, allowing Nosy the opportunity to actually go into depth on it. But then now that you have the ability to write down all these things that she was saying so that you can go back and do that interview before you jump into something. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like give credit where credit is due. Don't do it the way you just did it right now, because that's bullshit.
Back and say, I fixed these things. The things that you all wanted to see from me, I've started here. Well, what are you doing, Mr. President? I went to the city council and we discussed today what we're going to be doing here. Those are brownie points. Keeping shit like that away from people is not going to get you in the door. That's not going to get you in the door. You can't keep that a secret. Like, there's no secret in if you attend the city council meetings. That's not a secret. That's open public information. You should be seen standing at one of those podiums or sitting in the audience, and you should be able to say, I'm standing with y'all to be support to this town. And then that $20 million gonna have them in a chokehold, or if it don't come through, that's gonna be a big one.
I'm telling you, I need you to interview me tomorrow.
That's what I'm talking about.
Today was a great test for him. I think that this is what I would do if it was me. I would know that I did not win over the majority. Hear me out. You got to come back and work on the majority, not the ones that's with you. You got to come back and win over the majority that was against you. How do I come back and win over people that was against me?
Come
back with that proof.
Come back with this proof. Come back with your work in your community. Come back with funding. Come back.
You're going to need a little bit more than work within the community. You're saying that you have this $4 million. What are you doing with the $4 million? Have you already started the campaigning? Have you got these things in order? What have you done for the community? Where have you been? What are your degrees? You have to break it down. Also, look into these scams that they're saying he's a part of. Look into that. See if there's any truth to it before you start backing someone, because you don't want to go down with someone else. Look into it. Irregardless that we're on messy side of TikTok, look into stuff just to make sure before you start, being a part of something. Because if it's one too many people coming to say it, now somebody ain't lying. So let me go
about how important it is. And how can you see change if you don't believe in it? So then you get those votes. So he's got to do his footwork. He needs somebody like me.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Auntie. God made him send him your way because he needed somebody to encourage him to get out there and do that footwork. Because you put that footwork in, you be boots on the ground with the mayor. You know what I'm saying? You get out there. You know what I'm saying? So he may need a team of people with you on it to lead those people into greatness. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, it's not happening, you know what I'm saying? Especially if the people